The story begins on a Friday. It is the end of the school week, and everyone is looking forward to the end of a Friday day. I was bathing in the morning. I forgot to properly balance the door that leads to my heart, and it opened whilst I was busy putting a Vaseline onto my body. I heard my sister going, "Huh?" When I looked in the mirror, I could see her in the mirror. I ran after her, trying to talk sense into her that she must have tried to look away and not look into my birthday suit, some believe. But I ran some distance into the open, and already children that were going past had seen my birthday suit. I walked back to the hut in defiance because whatever I was trying to protect had already been seen. I remembered to put the letter at the back of my school uniform, the letter I wrote to Joyce the previous night after a revision. Whilst the Afrikaans subjects was underway, the period was underway, and it was pretty much close to the end. And I had wanted to relieve myself, but the period was taking too long. What makes it take long is that Afrikaans teacher had said clearly everyone who would want to leave during the course of the period would have to ask in Afrikaans, and my Afrikaans is not that polished. At that moment, the least I could remember was Mach and 8. They didn't make and at least the class. I waited until she was packing away her stuff. I just Mach 8, then I ran out to the lavatory. On my way back, the English period has just started, and on my entrance, the teacher was remarking that if Chloe could write the same way he wrote in the letter that is addressed to Joyce, he would see some improvement in his English marks. I remembered that I might have dropped the letter on my way to the loo earlier. The teacher further remarked that he made a spelling error. Instead of writing DEAR, dear Joyce, he had written DEER. And when I looked across to Joyce, she was not approving of the spelling error, because at that very moment, everyone shouted, "Dear, dear," to her. And I was overcome by fear, because Joyce is one of the cheeky chicks that I loved her nevertheless, and that I still needed to deliver a letter to her was even more discouraging. It reminded me of the time when Mamape was saying he's afraid to see a snake slithering away from her. But he's surprised that Eve could lock eyes with the snake. And not only that, he waited for it to mumble few words. And here I am, school out. I would have to lock eyes with Joyce. And as fate would have wanted it, I walked out and she was walking away alone. I went over to her And she gave me that girly posture, like, did you really have to call me a dear? At that moment, I replaced her hurt with that of a deer, and I saw those big ears of a deer on her. I couldn't help it. I laughed. So you meant it. Ooh, that's when I knew I'm not gonna have a chance for a girlfriend anytime soon. When she walked away, I tried to keep up with her. Then she walked fast, then I walked fast, then she walked slow, then she stopped. People were laughing at me like crazy, and I couldn't wait for that day to end. It was proving to be a comedy of errors to me. It will be fine if it ends. So, whatever problem you may be facing, it may seem to be too much. That also shall pass. It passed those 10 years back here. Though